Hello, everybody. We are here for round 3 against Dark Leaves, a nice gentleman who is a significant part of the community. Again, we are on the draw. Our opponent keeps his opener, and we have very few lands, so I'm going to mold this. This is not great, but I'm going to keep this. Okay, so if he's playing a deck that has dudes, this at least gives me an opportunity. Hopefully he's not playing like Dredge or something. Well, that doesn't look like a deck with dudes. I want to just draw one land. That's really what I want. And so he just did nothing and passed the turn. We did draw our land, fortunately. I'm going to find a basic forest, actually, because we don't want our lands to get trashed. We're going to dump this out here and pass. So far, so good. I guess next turn, we don't really know what he's playing, except that it involves probably Brainstorm. End of turn Brainstorm is not something I usually like to do. It seems to me like a desperation move. I don't know if that's how my opponent's playing it. Maybe he's excited to do this. Hang on a minute. The mic is in a weird position. Drooped over like a flaccid penis. Okay, there we go. I erected it again. And so what's basically happening is that he draws 3 cards, puts 2 back, and then sees 1 more. That limits the number of cards he gets to see at the right time. So right now, though, he gets to Cabal Therapy me. I don't know if he knows possibly what to name. Hopefully he doesn't name Scavenging Ooze. If he plays like a Memnite or a 1-drop and then Cabal Therapies again, he'll see. I take it Mistcutter Hydra would be the card he would want to pitch. What sorcery are you playing this time? Apocalypse. So hopefully he names Apocalypse. Let's see. That was a lie, obviously, but I didn't mean it seriously. I kind of like the art on the card Apocalypse. He hasn't named anything yet. I don't know what he's possibly thinking about. I played a basic land. I guess he could name like Dark Confidant. That would be the right thing to name. Survival of the Fittest. Now that's clever, but I don't have it. So he named a proper card. I love that. I hope he was Googling recent D results or something. So he's probably writing down the cards that are in my hand. I myself should remember what I have in hand and what I don't here. So that Mistcutter Hydra is going to be key, I think, in this matchup. It's actually something I'm considering casting next turn. For one, the reason being that it might be able to just kill his Jaces. But he's got black, so he probably has some way to answer it. I think he's going to make it discard. If I draw another one, I have to drop it. So let's see what we draw. Vamp Tutor is interesting. I can keep my deck list up here and decide what I want to do with that. I could find Heartless Summoning, but I think that's too slow at this point. Might want to keep it to find like a Lodestone or something when it comes time. So I think what I'm going to do is run in the Veteran Explorer. And then I'm going to crack this, probably just for a basic swamp. Snow-covered, I guess, which is basic. And we'll play the Ooze. It did resolve, so I don't know what my opponent's doing. He could probably be playing some kind of combo deck. Maybe that's why he's got a Cabal Therapy, Brainstorm, and Black and Blue, but it's kind of a weird combo deck if that's what he's doing. So I don't know exactly. I actually don't have a good way to deal with artifacts and enchantments in the main, except for Golgari Charm. I was originally going to be playing, like, Acidic Slime, but the green requirement is a little heavy. Fortunately, I've engineered explosives on the board, but I wish I had more creature methods of dealing with it. Vamp Tutor could find a Golgari Charm to deal with, like, what's the card where the lady's coughing up? Math? Thought Lash? Yeah, he could be playing that, like the Enric Thought Lash combo. This is good, I think, because I can at least get rid of the Cabal Therapy that's in his yard. And if I don't draw a land, that gives me the opportunity of using this and then Vamp Tutoring if I need to. And removing the Cabal Therapy wouldn't be bad. He might have like a Snapcaster Mage he wants to cast this turn, but it means he has to main phase it. And he's recognizing that probably is a little weak. Not sure about that. I do know it's stronger to cast the cards from my hand that he knows about, so he doesn't know about the Vamp Tutor. I have no idea what he's playing, though. If this is like a Tezzerator deck, no problem. Then I don't know what he would want to do. He'd probably want to find a way to eliminate Mistcutter. So maybe what he's thinking about is, this is turn 3. He hasn't played a land yet, so we could play a land. I mean, he did search for a land on his turn, so he either wanted to shuffle, or he wanted to thin out his deck, or he wanted to find a basic. My guess is he's going to play a land, play a Snapcaster with Brainstorm, and then sacrifice it to make the Miscutter go away. That's my suspicion. Yeah, so if I do play this Veteran Explorer, the question will be, do I want then to Vampiric Tutor for, why can't I think what it's called? Heartless Summoning, which would kill both my Vet Explorers, make this a 1/1. Okay, so this possibly is some kind of combo deck. Ugh. Double Ritual. Okay, so he's playing some kind of Storm. That I did not know. Storm is normally pretty bad in this format, though it's probably good against my deck. So, yeah, he's going to be able to do Ad Nauseam this turn if he wants. Because with this on the stack, you can sack the Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, there it goes. So he's got 8 mana for any card he wants. It could be a Yawgmoth's Will. That allows him to... Yawgmoth's Will isn't actually that good. I guess it allows him to tutor for another card with a ton of mana and Brainstorm. But that strikes me as not the strongest play he could possibly make. Okay, so there's Yawgmoth's Will. So the first thing he does is probably Infernal Tutor. No, I guess he rituals a bunch of times. Okay, fine. Is he going to be able to kill me this turn? Probably. He only needs to Tendrils for 9, so that means he needs to play 8. Oh, so this is going to be a GG. He's going to Tendrils me and win. That's kind of lame. So I lose on that basis, but I think I have enough sideboard goods against him. Even though my sideboard isn't specially designed to be able to beat him, we're going to cut the Seeds. I think Abrupt Decay is fine in this matchup, as is Thoughtseize. Grafdigger's Cage might be okay. Leyline is also possibly okay. Lodestone might be okay. So let's look at what's bad. Duplicant is probably bad. Massacre Worm seems terrible. Miscutter might be too slow, but Lodestone is good. The question is, do I want to disable his Graveyard a lot? Because that is his primary way of winning. The real thing I'm wondering is whether Heartless Summonings can afford to be cut, as well as Golgari Charms. Like, these don't do very much in this matchup, I don't think. Unless he changes the way he's playing. I doubt that very much, though. So I think I cut those, and I think I cut the Heartless Summonings for the most part. That makes sense to me. So let's submit this. I will be playing first. So being able to Thoughtseize him right off the bat is something I need to do, even though I could wait a turn and see what's going on. The reasons that the next turn, well, there's another option. I could play a Vet Explorer, and then the following turn, I could Vampiric Tutor, and then Cabal Therapy him twice, and that might be better. But I think, no, this has to be better. We're gonna Thoughtseize him right now. Alright, so he's got Necropotence, Ritual, Mind's Desire, Cabal Therapy. Wow, that's interesting. Necro, Grim Tutor, Mind's Desire, Dark, Echoing, Therapy, Swamp. And we're going to take the Dark Ritual here, I think. And then we're going to ship the turn. So I have to keep in mind what he's got on his hand, because that's of the utmost importance this turn. Unknown, Swamp is now in play. Necro, if he just drew a Ritual, that would be sad, but he didn't. Echoing, Mind's Desire, Grim Tutor. Those are the 5 cards he's got in his hand. So I take it he's going to choose probably like a veteran explorer, or maybe like Mistcutter Hydra or something, or maybe Cabal Therapy, or maybe even Thoughtseize. I know that Necro can be killed by Abrupt Decay, but it's probably already done the damage that it needs to do once it's hit. So that's not the strongest. I'd rather just keep him completely light on mana. What I don't want to see now is a Brainstorm, because then if I see a Brainstorm, what did he say? Thoughtseize. Okay, that makes sense. That's a sensible play. Yeah. So the question is, do I give him another turn? I think I probably do. Because I could Vamp Tutor during my upkeep and find Cabal Therapy and make him discard, but I think probably the better play is assuming he doesn't have anything good. And then playing the Veteran Explorer this turn, and then Vamp Tutoring and finding Cabal Therapy. And that sets him up probably to lose. I could also just draw the Cabal Therapy this turn. I didn't. This is pretty strong, but I'm going to wait a turn on that. I could also play that and then Vamp Tutor during my upkeep. I don't like that as much. I am at 17. That means the storm count can be reduced. I'm going to find a Bayou here because if he kills my lands, I don't care. And the question is, do I Vamp Tutor right now? The answer might be yes. No, because if I find a Cabal Therapy, you can just counter that. I'm just going to go ahead and Vamp Tutor during his turn. So he's got 2 unknowns now. Nope. Now he's got a Tundra in play. That means he can Echoing Truth. That's kind of boring. I mean, he can do that to my Vet Explorer here, I guess. Alright, so let's make sure we find the right card. We want to find a Cabal Therapy. So now his storm count is reduced further. We draw our card. I attack, because if he wants to cast that Echoing Truth, that's fine. Okay. Now we Cabal Therapy him. And he Brainstorms in response. That's interesting. Okay, so that's one of his unknowns. Now, we'll at least get to see his hand. So how many cards are we dealing with? He had 5 in his hand, which were the 5 I have listed. Now there are 3 more. And so we're going to be dealing with... Okay, we're going to see his hand here. So he would have hid... I imagine he would keep the Echoing Truth in his hand, because I wouldn't take it. But that could be wrong. I imagine he would hide the Grim Tutor. So let's... I don't think he cares if I take his Echoing Truth, so I think I have to take it, because I don't think he hid it. Okay, good. So this is what his hand is. Delta, Delta, Desire, Recall, and then the top of the deck equals Necro, Tutor, and he can cast one of those on his turn. So this is what's fun about this. How many basics do I think he has? Because I don't want to use the creature yet if I can help it. So let's see what I can do here. I'm going to play a Ghost Quarter and target the swamp. And my bet is he doesn't have another swamp. Okay, so we had an island, and now we shuffled. So that's fine. That means he's got a Desire Delta Delta Recall. And that's okay with me. And I think I don't care about those cards this turn. So I'm going to pass. Unless I want mana, which I might. I don't think he'll have any more basics. And I would like to cast the Scavenging Ooze. So I am going to do this. He might be able to find a white, but I don't think so. So I will do this. He could be serious and he could have a ton of lands all of a sudden. We'll find Forest. Damn it, he really has another swamp? Only one. Okay. So I'm going to name Mind's Desire, I think. So I don't know if that's right, because I just cracked my Cabal Therapy, essentially. Okay. So we don't know what cards he could draw now, though. That's fine. We'll hopefully be able to kill him soon enough with this and pass the turn. The question is, when do I want to start exiling things? I guess soon. Right now he's got Recall, Delta in his hand, and an Unknown. But I think that's good. Like, this turn, I think I pretty clearly want to exile a dude to make my guy bigger and speed up the clock. That makes sense to me anyway. Marsh Flats is not good here. So I attack. He doesn't have any more dudes, but exiling cards from his graveyard is really good. Because one of his ways of winning is basically to use Yawgmoth's Will. So we're going to go ahead and pass the turn here and see what we can do. It'll involve exiling a lot of cards from his yard. I want to crack this, kind of, just because I don't... Okay, so now he's just got 3 unknowns in hand? No, Recall, Unknown, Unknown. Recall, Unknown, Unknown. That's fine. So let's crack this, because I don't want to draw another land. I think I'm going to find another Bayou here. And now I go green, exile Cabal Therapy, because it's got flashback. Green, exile Mind's Desire. Exile Dark Ritual, exile Brainstorm, and I'm not going to worry about the Echoing Truth just yet. Okay, Deathrite is pretty good here. I'm going to attack first. Cool. And then I'm going to play the Deathrite for black, leaving up as much green as possible. This gives me a quicker win route. I might want to keep his Echoing Truth in the graveyard for now, actually. So he doesn't have anything this turn. I will exile his Swamp, though. That is fine. Yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll use this as a resource for damaging him. This sucks as a card to draw. So I will attack with Ooze. Put him at 10. This is still very slow. I am going to play this. I don't think it's right to not play. Okay, so he's going to crack. My theory here is he's just trying to draw something. And he wants to keep one open to better utilize a Brainstorm. I think we played this game correctly so far. No, we're not going to exile a land. That would be stupid. We're going to exile this Echoing Truth. And we're going to exile this Polluted Delta. And we're going to crack... No, we want to stay at 15. We want that life total, I think. At least that makes sense to me. God damn it. This is what happens when you play a bad deck. So he's going to have one more turn to do something. Yeah. That's going to be the way this goes. So that's fine. We are going to keep the land in hand this time. I don't think that can be wrong. Yeah, it's okay. So he can't crack a fetch this turn because I'll just kill him. Uh, I mean, he's on the play next game. That's going to be much harder for me to deal with. Abrupt Decay is proven very bad in this matchup. So, okay, so he concedes this one. The discard suite I had worked really well. The question is, like, what do I want to do? Is Heartless summoning better because it can make a Lodestone Golem come out fast? I don't know, maybe? Is Massacre Worm good because it's just a creature? Like, none of those seem like good reasons. I guess I might want an Engineered Explosives in there as a way to deal with some things. Like, Craft Digger's Cage isn't very exciting, that's for sure, but at least stops Yawgmoths well. Leyline is similar. Like, it's just not good, though. I mean, would I rather just have, like, a dude? Yeah, let's cut one of the ley lines. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I probably should have kept it. We want to see him mulligan a bunch, obviously. Why did that just happen? I typed GL, but I didn't see it. Is that a glitch? Okay, there it goes. Oh, nice hand. When things like this happen, it just makes me wonder, like, is he using the Shuffler Demon? So he's thinking pretty hard about this hand that he's got. Under what conditions would my hand be good? If I ripped Skull Clamp and then Veteran Explorer? Yeah, this hand is a definite mull. I can't win this game and I can't even interact with him. I would only keep this hand if he mulled to 0. No, I probably wouldn't even keep it then. Oh, cool. A no-lander. That's classic. I mean, not the format. It's just, you know, this is classically how Magic works. It's like, classic. Alright, so this hand super sucks, obviously. He mulls to 5. I'm going to do the same. This hand is vastly better than the previous ones, even though it also has basically no interaction. I just need to find a green. And then I can at least play a Scavenging Ooze. So I'll keep this. I could definitely just lose this game, like, very easily. That gives me something to do. That's fine. It prevents me from Cabal therapying from the graveyard, though. I need to keep that in mind. What does he name? Scavenging Ooze, maybe? Because it beat him last game? That would work. That'd be the right card to name. Yeah. Cool. That could have won him the game. I mean, I also might just not draw any lands here. So, that could also be the case. Oh, man. But if I do... yeah, so if I can rip a forest, I mean, hopefully the Graft Digger's Cage slows him down enough. I don't know. I just don't know if it will, though. Like, he can win other ways. He can Mind's Desire. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's... Well, okay, that's what I needed to see. Alright. So he can find a bunch of lands here. That's okay with me. We want to find the lands first because we don't want to draw the lands. And I want a forest and a swamp, I think. And he's going to find 2 basics. Okay, he finds 2 swamps. And we draw 2 cards. And one of them's a cage. Now that I don't give a shit about. If he just wants to cast Mind's Desire, I think I'm okay with that. I mean, Echoing Truth can bounce a lot of things, unfortunately. So I'm not entirely certain of this plan. That's for sure. What do we want? Do we want the other swamp? I don't think so. I think we want the other forest. And then we draw our cards. I don't think there's a single black card I want to play here. Oh, that's one of them. That's one of them I definitely would want to play. So I just blew that crap. Shame on AJ. Okay, so I'm going to pass, and I could have just lost based on what I did there and not being able to Cabal Therapy. So I can't even cast the Cabal Therapy from the yard. If he does Echoing Truth these things, like, I just can't have him Mind's Desire. Like, Ritual, Mind Desire would probably be... Okay, he didn't do it. So that's good. Ghost Quarter is also good here. So, like, the question is, what do I want to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is an 8, 8. That's still 3 attacks. So is a 7, 7. Yeah, so I think I therapy him this turn. Wait, if it's a 9, 9, it only takes 2 attacks, and then I just win. Like, if he can't win next turn... No, because I have to equip it, and that costs mana. Gotta keep thinking. Alright, so we Cabal Therapy him here. That has to be the play. And I name... He might Brainstorm. But I think I name Mind's Desire. And he has Tendrils, Will, Diamond, 2x Petal. Okay, he can get off of sick Tendrils, I guess. Okay, we can't cast that from the graveyard, so let's remember that. Let's find a Bayou here. And I think what we do is we crack this for as much as humanly possible, which is 7. I think, right? Attack and put him at 11, because he can gain life with the Tendrils. I think that's better. Yeah. That at least forces him to Tendrils very soon. And then next turn we hit him for 8, putting him at 3. And being able to Ghost Quarter him either kills a land or forces him to shuffle. Yeah, I think he's thinking about how he's got a Tendrils. Okay, so he must be doing it this turn. Yeah. What the hell is this? Oh my god. So he just ripped that shit. Like, I don't know what he's going to do with these cards. If he can rip enough mana sources to Tendrils, he just wins? Can he do it? He's got to be able to do it, right? I mean, he still has to be able to play enough spells too. I think the mana is what's actually crushing him here. Like, he's got a Tendrils this turn, or he's gonna lose. He's played 1, 2, 3, 4 spells, and then Storming would be the 5th. Okay, so now Storming would be the 6th. Now Storming would be the 7th. Storming would be the 8th. Storming would be the 9th. Well, he wins. Storming would be the 10th. That's Yeah, he just won. Nice rips. Alright, so that ritual is going to be unnecessary, but I'm going to let him do this. So that was kind of fun. It was a weird last game. I'm going to concede at this point because he's just going to kill me here. Let him know GG's. This deck, do I think it's good? No, I think I don't even think that I've built it incorrectly, though I think that that's true. What if I would have killed off? That wouldn't have done anything. I think what's really a problem with it is that there aren't enough cards you actually want to ramp into. So I think that's really the issue. So I am dead at this point. I don't think there's any reason to move on to the next round, unfortunately. I really wanted to kill some true name nemesis, but truth is, getting paired down or up against someone who just forgot to drop, it's probably not worth it. So going 2-2, not great. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time with another weird deck.